today? I hope everyone is doing well today. I'm going to wait on a couple of more people to get in here, of course. Wait on a couple of more people to come in. How's everyone doing today? I hope everyone is doing well today. Let me, I'm going to give a few more minutes, family. And let's talk about day 3 of Diddy's trial. Yes. Family, it was a lot going on. It was a lot going on inside that trial today. Yes, it was. I don't see it. Don't see it. No. A hot mess. Is it? Is it live? Hello. Trying to get it on this computer here, and for some reason it's not showing me live. Okay, I see it now. I had to stroll all the way down, family. What's really going on? Hey there, Darlene Chestnut. Thank you so much for your donation. It is so greatly appreciated. Nola, Spicy. Yes, Kendall R. What's going on, Kendall R? Moderator in the house. Yes. Noel Pickett. Salute. Darlene Chestnut, thank you so much for your generous donation. It's greatly appreciated. Chef Amazon, greetings from Nebraska. Salute to you. How's the weather in Nebraska? How is the weather in Nebraska? Yes. Kimberly Cobbins, what's up? Hello, they're here. In the house. Yes. 100. You're so welcome. Sending blessings, Darlene said. Thank you so much, Darlene. Thank you so much. Y'all, that day 3 was something else. Y'all know we talked about day 2 yesterday evening. And it was something, family. Yes, it was something. I was like, ooh. But we'll give a few more minutes. But family, they said that well, first of all, let you know what. Let me put the disclaimer. Hold on, family. Y'all already know what we got to do for the ones in the back. Let's just go ahead on and get that out the way. This video is under fair use. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of Copyright Acts in 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, and personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Yes, fair use. All rights and credits go directly to its rightful owner. This video is purely for fair use, opinion, and entertainment. Enjoy. And we also want to add that everything in this video is alleged. Yes. So salute to y'all all. Salute to you all. I appreciate it. Let me see. Kimberly Cobb. Kimberly Cobbins, thank you so much for your generous donation. Thank you so much. I said Darlene Chestnut, Granny G, thank you so much. Jerry K. Lipcomb, thank you so much. Thank y'all so much for your generous donation. It's so greatly appreciated. It really is. Thank you all. Thank you all. Yes, thank you all so much. Now, let's get it on, family, because Cassie was running, family. Cassie was running from Diddy like Tina Turner was running from Ike. But the only thing about Cassie, she got caught. She got caught. See, Ike couldn't catch Tina. Tina was gone. Tina was moving to that hotel. Well, Cassie tried it. It didn't work. But we getting ready to go over all of that right there. Yes, we getting ready to go over all of that right there because I was shocked at the way things went down. Yes, I was. So I think y'all can see it a little bit better. Let me see, can y'all see it a little bit better? Yeah. Okay. So y'all see that Diddy kids, you remember we was talking about last night that them girls, the boys I think would have been able to handle it, or I think are able to handle it, but Diddy girls, they had got up yesterday and left the courtroom. Well, today they didn't come at all. So that was telling within itself. You know what I'm saying? That was telling. So let's go over that right there. Because as y'all see, it says some of Diddy children are in court today. His adult sons have been presented. They was present this morning. His daughters have not been in the courtroom all morning. Combs also told his mother, "I love you." Okay, so let me read some of this right quick. Give some shout outs right quick. Kendall, thank you so much for telling everybody thank you. Spicy. Diddy is probably still in disbelief that he's in jail and probably will be there. Yeah. It's looking like that too. Spicy. Yes. Cassie should boil her some real good soup. Yeah, she should. Yeah. Some people said Jerry K. Lipcomb, you are the greatest reporter and fact finder. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that, Jerry K. Lipcomb. I appreciate that kind words, uplifting words, and compliment. I appreciate that. Okay, so yeah, so they wasn't in their family. Them girls, and rightfully so, those girls shouldn't be in there because, like I said last night, those Diddy daughters, you really never see them at any events that Diddy go to, or they wasn't. He kind of kept them away from that party world. And see, that's how some people do. They will do women or men bad, but they won't do their sons and daughters like that. They'll keep their sons and daughters away from that. Now, the boys, they was around Diddy. The girls, you really never saw them. So I think that was a lot on their plate to hear yesterday in a courtroom. So that's most likely why they got up there and left. And maybe the lady who is supposed to be like their caregiver, like she watches out for them. It used to be Kim Porter's best friend. I think she probably said too, "Oh, this is a little bit much for y'all. So we're not going to attend probably as long as Cassie is doing her testimony," because Cassie testimony is it's deep, So let's go right on into it. Now, family, let me tell y'all about this. The defense team, Diddy folks, they was like, we don't need y'all to be parading her around pregnant. She needs to get on that stand before the jurors come out. I guess because they feel like that will give more sympathy to her if they see her come in the courtroom past everybody and she's 8.5, months pregnant. And it'll throw, they feeling like it might throw some sympathy towards the juror as seeing her pregnant. So if she's sitting down, they say you can't see her stomach. So basically, Diddy's team want her to already be sitting down before the jurors come into that courtroom. What you say, family? Yes. John Benjamin, hello. He said, thank you for everything. I love your work. Thank you so much. You're simply the best. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Y'all are the best too. I'm going to tell you, the Knowledge family are the best. Y'all ever notice that we don't really have a lot of trolls and stuff? Let me knock on wood before I have to cuss somebody out because a troll might come up in here. But have y'all noticed that we really don't have that problem because a lot of the Knowledge family have knowledge and they're very mature, very educated. You know what I'm saying? So we really don't deal with that type of stuff a lot over here, because we ride bumpers over here. And me and Kendall and Hunter Green and M Mac and LCL and Bay Solo will knock them clean up out this chat real quick, fast and in a hurry. We'll send them on a flight real quick. Yes, they said it's nice over there in Barbados. That's exactly where they're going to be going if they come over here with that mess. Now, okay, so Spicy laughing. So that was the deal on that, family, with that part right there. Now check this out, family. Check this out now. It says, Cassie testified that she was injured doing FO on several occasions when Combs would put, hands on them. She said it happened too frequently. And there were times when Combs would, raise his hand at her with an escort still in the room. Okay. Then she says, Cassie testified that she and Combs would go to S clubs where she would have S with Combs or an escort. Cassie said she didn't want to have S with the escort, but Combs would request it. Cassie testified that she told Combs she don't like those S clubs and that they made her uncomfortable. He'd usually just like push, and just keep trying to convince me that it would be a fun thing to do or that we wouldn't go for long, she said. She said she would often drink alcohol and their street candy before they went. Okay. Now, Cassie says she felt worse when she didn't stay with him after a F off. She said that she felt like, okay, I did my job and now I'm going about the rest of my life. The same feeling over and over. Now, what she is basically saying is that after that wild parties, basically Diddy be like, okay, you go home. You done. What? Yeah, it's like, because you can tell, because she said here that she had wanted to stay with him after that, but evidently he be telling her, all right, you can go home. And then I guess he continue on, with the wild party and makes her go home. Okay. Now, and honey, we'll get to family. We'll get to where Cassie was running like Tina Turner around that joint, but she got caught. Tina didn't get caught. Okay, so now y'all will see. Let me do it a little bit bigger for y'all. Now you'll see that Cassie is describing what she and Diddy would do in order to recover after these wild parties, okay? And Cassie said that she and Combs would take IV fluids, get massages, and often take that street mess, okay? And then that street mess made me feel numb. That's what she said, which is why I relied on them heavily. She said, adding that Combs sometimes provided that street candy. Okay. Now, let's go on to this one. Now, she says that she told about the S videos of her while they were at an event in Atlantic City in March 2014. Immediately, my thought went to a F-off video, Cassie recalled of the moment. The jurors saw text messages, threads between Cassie and her former boyfriend, Diddy. Okay? Combs told her to find out more about what he knew about this video and where did it come from. Now, what happened, family, is a video was swarming around there of Cassie. And Cassie wanted to know, how did this guy get that video? Right? How did he get this video? So the video was going around. They said something about a DJ was showing it to somebody because he had been to one of those wild parties. And he must have took a video of the incident, what was going down, and then he started showing it to everybody. Well, the word got to Cassie that, hey, it's a video going around, on you. And boy, it don't look too good, girl. You was doing this and you was doing that. So she went and told Diddy. And then Diddy gonna tell her, that's what it said, he told her to find out about what he knew about the video and where it came from. Combs told her to ask the person what the room looked like in the video. You got to tell him this is your life. This is serious, Combs told her. Now, why do I feel like Diddy knew that somebody had that video? Because he telling her to find out and talk to the guy who supposedly had been showing it off to people. I feel like if Diddy didn't, like if it was a shocker to Diddy when she told him, he would have approached the dude and been like, hey, dude, where you got that from? Because actually, you're not supposed to be recording nothing in my house. You wasn't even supposed to have no cell phone in my house. So how did you get it? You see what I'm saying? So I'm just giving a scenario of what I'm thinking. So I'm thinking that Diddy most likely gave it to this person. Let this person tell Cassie, hey, I seen a video of you and it looks real terrible. I think that was done to scare her. Maybe Cassie was talking about leaving then. And then Diddy issued that thing out. I'm just giving a scenario now. This is my theory. And he issued it out and kind of scared her because now somebody did see a video of her. So now he playing it off and like, girl, you need to go talk to him and ask him how he get it. Ask him what the room looked like. Because if he tell her what the room looked like, they can most remember where they was when that happened. Okay, I hope y'all can follow what I'm trying to say here. Foxy to Roxy, thank you. Hi, how you doing so much? Thank you for joining us this evening. Thank you. Joshua, thank you. Appreciate y'all coming in. Appreciate y'all coming in. I'm on the roll. I'm going to give everybody a shout out, but I want to keep reading it because I don't want to keep pausing it. You know what I'm saying? And stuff. But I'm going to give y'all all a shout out. Okay. So that's what he said, family. Okay. Now, this is what Diddy tells her. Okay. Check it out. What Diddy tells her. Now, she said that she met with the man and the DJ who had shown him the video at a restaurant in New York City the next day. She bought security with her to intimidate the man at Combs' direction. Cassie said her manager, James Cruz, was also at the dinner. So what Cassie did was met the guy and the DJ who the DJ so-called showed this other guy the tape. So what Cassie did was met up with that man and that DJ and tried to intimidate them and ask them where did they get that tape from or who recorded that tape. And so she called herself trying to intimidate him with one of, I guess, Diddy's security guards and things like that. Okay. So then, family, this is what happened. This is the now they say Cassie testified that Cassie testified that Sean Diddy Combs frequently threatened to release videos of her in F-off when he got mad. Okay. I could believe that. He threatened her with releasing the videos, usually when he was angry about something or just really wanted me to fear, Cassie said. One time it was over her dating another man, she said, when Combs threatened to put out 2 embarrassing videos. She feared he would one day be mad enough to release them. Okay. Then Cassie says, Johnson, that's the prosecutor, showed the jury a message Cassie sent to Combs in 2013, asking him to delete any video from his phone, saying she was worried because too many people had access to his device. She testified Wednesday that she was referring to the videos of the FOs, okay? Combs responded that he already did, and his iCloud wasn't on. All good, he said in the message. Cassie testified that there were times she was told videos were deleted, but she still saw them later. Okay? Wow. Okay. Then Cassie says, testified that to celebrate her 29th birthday, she wanted to celebrate her 29th birthday. She wanted to go to a club called the Blind Dragon and do karaoke with her friends. But she said that Diddy told her he wanted her to have a F-off wild party. I told him that I wanted to stay out and celebrate with my friends. And in my mind, I just didn't want she didn't want the burden of having to do that, at the end of the night. And, it's her birthday, I just wanted to have my birthday is what she said. And then Cassie said, they went to the Blind Dragon for a bit, but he said, Combs pulled her aside so many times, she just gave up. And she went and had the wild party, Cassie testified. Okay. Then, as y'all see, Now, in January 2016, Diddy Combs sent Cassie a text that he wanted to have a proper FO where they didn't take that street candy, okay? A successful FO is one we remember, he said. Cassie testified that she preferred to take the street candy for these wild parties because it was the most disassociated. Like, she could just be out of it and don't remember, she be out of it. So that's why she liked it to take certain type of street candies, okay? So then January 2016, Diddy Combs sent Cassie a text and said, okay, we already did that. I must have had that 2 times, family. My bad. Okay. Now Cassie testified that she tried to avoid kissing the escorts during the wild parties because it felt too intimate and made her feel yuck, right? But Diddy would request to see it, so I would do it, she said. Now, the prosecution did show this right here. They kept showing it to the jurors, basically. So while they was listening to Cassie, they will also be showing the tape at the same time. So then y'all will see the prosecution has shown the 2016 hotel surveillance video multiple times during Cassie's testimony to support her credibility. The prosecution has shown the video repeatedly because it is like so visceral. Because if you're a jury or a normal person, when you see that video and you see all that stuff going on, it becomes real, said one of the prosecutors, okay? He added, the prosecution is doing 2 things by playing the video while Cassie is on the stand. One, they're supporting Cassie as being credible because what she's saying, the jury doesn't need to take it as her word. They can see it in the video. And the second thing, they're using Cassie to narrate the video because it tells you a lot, but it doesn't tell you everything. Okay, so that's what they was doing. They kept showing the jury that right there, family. Okay, now y'all will see right here. Is it? Well, basically, that's basically all he's just saying. That's why they did it like that, because they wanted everybody to see it. Okay, so now Cassie reviewed a binder of more than a dozen photos of escorts she and Sean hired for these wild parties over the years in different cities. Now, y'all know that y'all have to follow with me a little bit because I'm changing these words. Y'all know what the deal is, okay? She says she typically reached out to the escorts to arrange the wild parties because it was her job. When she paid them, it was with Combs' money, Cassie testified. All righty then. Now, she also says, I'm going to bring it up some. Okay. Now, the jury also saw photos of Cassie at Diddy's home after she went there to do a movie fitting. She was dressed in a gown and wearing large black sunglasses. The sunglasses, she testified, were to hide her black eye. Cassie said she still had visible injuries during the premiere. Okay. She said I was bruised on my body that weren't completely covered by the makeup. I had quite a bit of makeup on my face, she said. The jury saw a photo of Cassie and Combs from the premiere event. Some injuries on her body were still visible in the photo despite the makeup. Now, family, I remember her and Diddy going to this place. Because when I saw the outfit, I said, wow, I remember that event they went to. They went to a premiere, right? And I said, wow, I didn't even, we didn't know at that time that she was all messed up under all that makeup, and they was putting the makeup all over her body too. Well, in the courtroom, they showed the picture, family. And when they showed the picture in the courtroom, that's the picture. Now, I'm going to move this up close, and I want y'all to look, because y'all know when they said it in the courtroom and this had came out, I blew it up and I wanted to see. And I don't know if y'all can see, but family, right here, she do have some bruises. She really do. And I said, well, I be dog. They look like webs. You know what I'm saying? It looked like webs on her. So when they showed, this is the picture that they showed the juror inside of the courtroom. And so when I blew it up, I said, okay, well, if this the picture they showed her and they said the scars are visible, let me blow it up and see. And you can see it right there on the ribs part. Right there. It looked like it's webs and stuff like that. Well, so that was it, family. Let me see what y'all talking about. Yes. Kendall Lar, thank you so much for, you know what? Our moderators have so much great hospitality to the chat. Thank you so much, Kendall Lar, for that. Thank you so much. And all of y'all have good hospitality in the chat as well. V Love, Kendall, she said Kendall. Yo say, wow, yeah. Model Stack on air. What's going on? What's going on? Darlene Chestnut. She had to be in a lot of pain. Yeah, she had to be, because the way you look at that, I was like, oh man, she is whipped up over there. I do see it. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, wow. And I remember this premiere. I do remember them going to this, but you didn't pay that no attention until now they brought it up in the courtroom. Wow. You ain't pay any attention until they brought it up in the courtroom. I said, well, I be dog. You sure can see it. So, did Cassie testify, family? Uh-oh, I ain't trying to make it too big. Well, y'all can't. Okay. Then Cassie testified that she could hear Diddy banging. Now, Diddy done went to her apartment, family, okay, as y'all see up top. It says she started testifying about him getting into her apartment, and he just was trying to get into her apartment because she was pissed off about all the bruises and stuff. Because, when she would get those bruises, she kind of go in her apartment and shut the door, probably have some people change the locks or whatever. But Diddy was still coming up over there, because at one time she said Diddy had all the keys to her apartments because he bought the apartments. Okay. So I don't know if he flew over there and left his key, or did she change the locks every time, but he's still going to get another one. But we don't know how it went. But anyway, she said he came over there banging and kicking and yelling and all that stuff on the outside of her door, trying to get into her apartment. Later that day, following the 2016 hotel altercation. So you remember when the footage that came out of Diddy doing that to her in 2016 in that hotel? She locked the door on Diddy after she left that hotel. So he ran over there trying to get in there, and then it says one of his assistants also reached out to Cassie to tell her Combs was trying to get in her apartment, she said. This behavior outside her door, she said, was pretty normal for Combs. So basically, she's saying he did that all the time. EMC2, hello. And it said, Yo-Yo said, Cafe, do you think she was a victim or a willing participant? That's kind of hard. I will talk about that at the end. Just hold that question in mind and remind me. I am going to let people call in. So if you want to call in and ask me that question, and just in case I forget again, you could do that. And I can give you my answer. I just don't want to go into a long thing right now while I'm trying to tell everybody about what happened. But, I will answer that question, Yo-Yo, okay? Just give me a second. And if I forget, like I said, put it back in the chat, or either when I open up the phone line, you could call in and ask that question, okay? So Diddy act like this all the time. Go over there, knocking on that girl door, banging on that girl door, acting a fool, okay? When she called herself trying to get away from him. He normally will try to act like that. Just straight off the chain. Now, let me do this like this so y'all can see it. Okay, so now, Cassie testified that her friend was at her apartment when Diddy came over there kicking and banging and stuff trying to get in there. She was super upset. She talking about her friend. She had seen both black eyes and her lip was, big, Cassie said. Her friend called the police, Cassie said. I answered a couple of questions, but when they wanted me to say who I was talking about, I would not. So they left, she said. So when her friend called the police, and when the police got there and they got to asking Cassie questions about who did that to you, could you tell us who did it to you and where they are and stuff, she wouldn't tell it. She said she wouldn't tell it. So the prosecutor asked why she wouldn't tell the police Diddy's name. Just in that moment, I didn't want to hurt him that way. It was just too much going on, Cassie said, adding that she wasn't ready to tell the police. Okay? So, wow. Then y'all see, the prosecutor showed the jury 2 selfie photos of Cassie, which she said were taken on the Uber ride home from the hotel after the altercation in 2016 with Diddy. Cassie said she had a, big lip and was wearing sunglasses because I had that black eye underneath. Combs texted her again, asking her to call him. He claimed the police were there and he was getting arrested. Call me. The cops are here. You going to abandon me like this alone? He said. She texted him that she had a premiere coming up from what she said was the biggest thing she's done in her life so far. And she said, this is what she texting him. And she said, you gave me a fat lip and a black eye, and you calling me talking about the police over there. She really didn't want to hear none of that. Okay. That's what she said in that family. Okay. So she said that she got smart with Diddy basically on the phone. And that's most likely why Diddy came running over there. But he was lying about them police was surrounding him and the police is over here. He was just trying to get her to call him. See what I'm saying, family? So he was actually, what they call it, gaslighting. That's what he was doing. He was gaslighting Cassie. Okay, so then it says, after this security guard, Flores, responded to the hotel room, because y'all remember when all this stuff broke out, a security guard came up there named Flores. We talked about him yesterday. But Cassie testified that she was able to get her things and leave the hotel. She took an Uber to her apartment, she said. From the witness stand, Cassie read a series of text messages between Combs and herself from after the altercation. Those text messages read, "Call me." This is all Diddy. "Call me. Yo, please call me. I got 6 kids. Please call me. Yo, please call. I'm surrounded. Call me for my kids' help." What? He a gaslighter. Y'all, this is a gaslighter. Lord. I tell you. Now Cassie is saying she's on the stand still, and she's saying, testified that she responded eventually, put the robe on. She said she sent that because he was running around in a towel and I was just looking out. So she talking about that incident. Remember when we seen him turn that corner and he had that towel? Well, she's saying that after she left, most likely Diddy was still running around that hotel with a towel, just frantic and mad and acting up, okay? He again texted her. She said, "Call me and call now." Cassie said she responded again, telling Combs that she spoke to security and the escort had left. She told him, as long as you don't disturb the guests, they'll leave you be. So what she's saying is, when Diddy was saying, "Come to the hotel, they got me surrounded, come to the hotel," she most likely knew Diddy was gaslighting her. So what she did was send him a text message and said, "Put on a robe." Mean, get out that towel and put on a robe and look presentable if somebody that's surrounding you, right? So then he said, "Call me, call me." And so what she's saying is that she did speak to that security guard after she left, and the security guard told her that the escort that was in the room had already left. So remind you that when we saw Diddy running after her in the hallway and all that stuff, it was an escort still in that room. It wasn't just her and Diddy. It was an escort in that room because the security guard got on the stand and told it. He told that yesterday or day before yesterday. But no, he told that day before yesterday because Cassie had to stand yesterday and today. Okay? So so she basically gaslighted him back when she told him, "Put on the robe." You know? Now, the prosecutor clarified with Cassie that she was referring to the altercation in the Intercontinental Hotel in 2016 when she said yesterday that she did not fight back against her ex, Diddy Combs. In general, throughout their relationship, Cassie said there were times she did try to hit back when Combs hit her. She said that she did that more so in the beginning of their relationship. Okay? So she's saying she did try to, defend herself and, at the beginning of the relationship. But then she said when she hit back or whatever, it would make him more violent. You see what I'm saying? And make him more stronger. And so she just stopped. She just stopped because things got worse when she called herself trying to, hit back or whatever like that. Cassie is now being asked about Kid Cudi, a rapper she mentioned in her 2023 lawsuit against Diddy, when she claimed Combs threatened to, make his car go up in flames out of jealousy. According to the lawsuit, Kid Cudi's car did go up in flames in his driveway a short time later. Now, Cassie said she dated Cudi, for a brief period in 2011 when her relationship with Diddy was on and off. Combs found out when he went through her phone doing a FO in Los Angeles. Cassie said he found an email between Cassie and one of Kid Cudi's staffers that mentioned bringing Cassie toiletries bag to Kid Cudi's home. Okay, so Diddy went in her phone while a wild party was going on, and he saw that email, and he went into, off his mind. Okay. She said that Combs had took a wine bottle opener between his fingers and he started running towards her. She managed to escape. Okay. Cassie said that the brawl in the Escalade happened in front of an assistant and a security driver by the name of Roger Bonds. She said the aggression didn't end until they arrived at Sean's residence, at which point she ran out of the car. So she was saying she was running. Bonds caught her and brought her into the home, she testified. What? Are you serious right now? I'm trying to, she gets out of the car and she gets to booking it and she runs. And then a security guard of Diddy's catches her, bring her back to him, and bring her back into that house. Anyway, let me look at some of the let me look at this, because see, I feel like this, family, okay? Because I was just lost for words right then. I just feel like this. Can y'all make sure y'all hit that like button too? Because I think it's 71 or 70 people in here and it's 36 likes. So if y'all don't mind, I know sometimes when you hit it, sometimes it'll kick you out and all that stuff. I'm not sure if it do that with a live, but please just get it up. About 5 or 6 more people hit it. Oh, thank you. I see it jump up. Thank you. Because I don't ask. I really don't. I'm not the type to ask all the time. I just be thinking that people will just automatically do it. And you know what I'm saying, family? But anyway, family, yes. So I was really blowed. When I saw that she did get away, because in that Escalade, she said it was something else inside of that Escalade, the way Diddy was doing her, right? But when she got her loose and jumped out that Escalade to run when they got to his house, she must have been slick with it. She got away. And I don't know if she was just planning on just finding her a bush or some trees or some woods or something, try to hide out. But old Roger Bonds here caught her. Why is that, Roger? Yeah. But anyway, so as y'all will see, inside now, once he caught her for Diddy, he brings her back to Diddy, and Diddy takes her into that house, okay? And then inside, Cassie saw her face. I didn't look like myself at all, just knots. And she was that right there. She was swollen up, everything. So she told the court. She recalled that she was, bringing up some stuff, right here, when Combs appeared. And his demeanor transformed once again. The person he switched over to during the car ride was now gone, Cassie said. Combs was freaking out over her injuries. She said he told her to sneak out of the house with security and hide out in a hotel. She checked into a room that night. What? So my thing is, she said that the Escalade, that Diddy that was inside that Escalade that made her blow up like a doll because of all, the things that, her head, her lip, and all that stuff. She said, but when she got into the house and then, she had to, kind of bring some stuff up through the mouth. I've never known nobody get whooped that bad where they have to bring up some stuff. But then when Diddy come in there, now he sees what he has done. Now he done switched from the rage person to, oh, wow. Man, you look bad, girl. Man, that looks real bad. What I'm going to need you to do is sneak out the house. I'm going to help you sneak out my house, and I want you to go to a hotel and just hide out till you heal. What? Family. Say it ain't so. Hold on, family. Okay, I'm back, family. I'm back. I had to get my water. I had forgot to. I want my Coke too. I got Coca-Cola. Don't play. So we talking about all this Diddy stuff, but let me read some of the chat. EMC2, I think that's some of the Rico for sure. Yeah. I do, yeah. You are so right, EMC2. Because it was a lot of people involved with bringing people to Diddy. Money was exchanged for services and escort services, which is illegal. So it was a lot of things being done in here. This doesn't necessarily, and like that, well, I'll talk about that as soon as I get through reading this, because I kind of want y'all to hear it, because I know y'all said, wait a minute, what's next? I want to hear what's next, because I was like that too, family. I was just, what? And kept strolling through what? When they was doing the court thing, So, but yes, EMC2, I agree. I agree with that. Kendall R said I would have hid out right at the police station. Yeah, and they said allegedly some of them was in his pocket. So I would have ran to them Alphabet Boys, because when you're dealing with somebody that big, yeah, and you hear rumors allegedly that the police was already in the pockets. The ones that you kind of take a chance with would be the Alphabet Boys. I'd have went right to the Alphabet building. Yeah. And said, hey, let me sit down and talk to y'all. Y'all the one that can hide me out. Y'all the ones that can put me in a safe place. All that stuff. Y'all the ones that can make sure that I'm disappeared but not disappeared. Where he can't find me. Something. But anyway, family, Let me go on. Yeah, so he took her to he told her go to a hotel and heal up. Yeah. And just get herself ready for the next FO. Basically, that's what it's given. Okay. Now, Cassie recounted once initiating a physical fight. Okay, so what Cassie did here is the prosecutors knew that the defense was going to ask her, have she ever been starting mess with Diddy when he wasn't starting mess with her? So they knew that the defense probably would ask her that. So they kind of beat the defense to it. So the prosecutor asked her this right here. Have you ever initiated hitting Diddy? You know, as they rode in a Cadillac Escalade in LA. She said she did hit Diddy in the face as hard as she could, after which his whole demeanor changed. His eyes went black and he began to, start hitting her back. Cassie said she took shelter under the back seat of the Escalade. She said and tried to cover her face as Sean stepped on it. Yeah, I see what it say. Okay. Now, then she says Cassie was asked by the government prosecutor if she ever started anything with Combs. She said she did. And then the prosecutor followed up by asking if she had ever seen any injuries on Sean as a result of her starting the altercation. She said she didn't never see no injuries on him. Okay. And then the prosecutor said, was injuries as result? The prosecutor asked if Cassie was injured as a result of him being physical with her. And she said yes. Okay. She said she had a lot. There would be at least a bruise on her all the time. And it would last for days, and it would sometimes take days worth of recovery. She said she was about to elaborate on where she would hide out. She said hotel rooms before Sean's lawyer objected to this line of questioning. So she was just getting ready to tell places that she have to run to when he be hitting on her. Like, I have to run to a hotel room, or I have to run over to a friend's house. But Diddy lawyers cut that. Like, that's irrelevant where she run to. You already done asked the question, have she been bruised up with the altercation? She said, yeah, and it take her days to recover. That's all we need to know. We don't need to know where she ran to and all that. That's why his team objected. Okay. Now, then y'all see, the jury did not have any noticeable facial expressions as they looked at the series of wild party pictures shown during Cassie's testimony. Some looked at their screens briefly as each photo was shown and then switched their gaze to Cassie or the prosecutor. Others occasionally took a second or third look or stared down at their screens that was situated in their lap. For most of the time, they were displayed the juries basically stayed looking down, family. Okay. The jurors at big trials often remain dispassionate, even while viewing, things that's kind of a little disturbing to them. They will still be disassociated. They don't want to show no expressions and things like that. Okay. So that's how they was doing. They have these computers that's right by them, because remind y'all, when they're showing these wild party tapes, just the juror can see it, and the judge, the defense team, and the prosecution team. They're not putting it on that TV screen, that part. They're not putting it on the TV screen for the public to see it, because they don't want the public to record it or tell what it was and what Cassie was doing, because it's kind of embarrassing. Okay, basically. What's up, Joyce McFarley? Is in the house now? Yes. So that was that on that one, family. Then y'all will see that Cassie was shown an image of Maya. Maya is one of Diddy. She used to go with Diddy back in the day. She also have a child by Diddy. Okay. So Cassie was shown a picture of Maya, an alleged victim who will be testifying to, supposedly. Okay. And Cassie said, yeah, I know her. And that was it on that. Okay. Then she next identified an image of Jules, a male escort she previously referenced in testimony. These images were from a wild party, Cassie confirmed. Cassie identified another image of herself and Jules at a different wild party. These are still images from videos that were taken from Cassie's personal device. Okay, so they kept showing Cassie a picture of this Jewel guy and asking her, you know him? She's like, yeah. And it was at different places. So yeah. Anyway, Cassie said she felt trapped on a commercial flight home from the Cannes Film Festival one year, as Sean Combs played videos of her having S in these wild party sessions and threatened to release them. I didn't want to feel scared anymore, she said. He could put these videos out and ruin everything and embarrass me. After their flight landed, she said she and Combs had dinner in New York and immediately proceeded to another FO. So most likely he was showing her they on a flight, which is probably his private jet, and he go to playing it all over the plane, one of their wild parties that she was involved in. And he was telling her, basically, he'll put him out if she don't act right. If she keep acting up, he gonna put these things out on her. So she said she just didn't want them tapes to go out. They were so embarrassing and are embarrassing. And so when they got off the plane, she act right. And she went to dinner with him. And then after dinner, they had another wild party. Yes. So now, let's go to this one. Now, prosecutor asked Cassie if she ever left a F-off before it was finished. She said she had sometimes tried to when it was a bad time or when she became scared of Diddy's behavior. She said she would typically find a back exit at the hotel and leave through an alley. But Combs will call her and look for her after she left, Cassie said. She testified that the only time she actually left the premises during a wild party was in March 2016 at the Intercontinental Hotel in Los Angeles. The same incident is when Combs was seen on security footage chasing her down the hallway. Okay. So, wow. Cassie testified she ended things with Kid Cudi so that no one would get hurt. And that Combs had threatened to, set his thing on fire, which he did set it on fire, the vehicle, allegedly. Cassie testified she had a meeting with Diddy and Cudi to talk things through after her relationship with Cudi ended. He asked Combs about his vehicle. What vehicle? Combs replied. Hell no. Y'all know what? I'm done. Now, Cassie had a meeting with Kid Cudi and Combs to let Combs to ensure Diddy that they are no longer messing around. They not dealing none of that because they was tired of being harassed and all that. So they had met up Diddy, Cassie, and Kid Cudi to let Diddy know it's this thing here is over with me and Kid Cudi. Okay. And then after the conversation was over with, Kid Cudi asked Sean, he said, he asked him about his vehicle. So I guess Kid Cudi was like, okay, since all this stuff is resolved, what about my vehicle? Are you going to pay for my vehicle? And Diddy said, what vehicle? Mic drop. Diddy saying he don't know nothing about no damn vehicle. Mm-hmm. And you won't be getting another one, not from me, because I don't know what you're talking about. Basically. Okay. Now, Cassie described going to Prince's house with her girlfriends, possibly to see him perform. She didn't tell Diddy, she testified. Combs showed up at the event and she ran out as fast as she could. Cassie testified. She recalled running and falling into a bush. Combs came to her hotel room, burst in her room, and threw luggage at her, Cassie testified. Cassie then called her friend and went to her house, she testified. Okay. Cassie testified her mother told her about a blind item post online about the car swinging incident, okay? Cassie told her mother it wasn't her, which was a lie. She testified. She said, nope, not me. Cassie testified. She said she was ashamed and didn't, want to put her mother in danger. So her mother messed around. I don't know if somebody sent it to her mother or what happened, but her mother saw a video online with Cassie being basically whooped in that car. And her mother asked her about it, and she said, that wasn't me. Mama, that was not me. No, 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 that was not me. I don't know who that was, but it was not me. But Cassie said she was lying, that it was her. But she just didn't want to tell her mother the truth, because her mother probably would start going off and calling Diddy and all that, and then put herself in danger. So she just lied. Okay? So then y'all will see that the prosecutors was showing the jury, how Diddy tore up that place, that room. Had stuff all over the place. Chairs all upside down, mess all on the floor. I don't know what this stuff is on the floor. I don't know. And I was trying to figure out what these little white pieces is. Is that sugar booger? I don't know. But anyway, it's a mess up in there, okay? And Diddy, that's why that security guard, when he came up there, and he said Diddy tried to get him money, and he didn't take the money. He told Diddy, no, you got to pay for the damages inside of this room, homeboy. You're not going to get off that easy. But this is what they were showing that was, left out there. Let me see what y'all say. Yeah, so that was how the room was left. So they passed that stuff around, family. So questions have turned. Let me see. Put it where I can see it. Questions have turned to one of most serious, things. She said that Diddy R-word her in 2018 when she told him that she was leaving. Okay. And at that time, 2018, she broke it off with Diddy and told Diddy that she had somebody else, which was Alex Fine, who is now her husband. But when the two returned to her house after they supposed to have went out to dinner to agree to, not be around each other anymore. And so they agreed to it. And when they agreed to it, she went back to his house, or he went to her house. I don't know why, because if you out and y'all agreed to separate, you should stay separated. But for some reason, he wound up at a house, and then she did give him consent to do something. She said she did something with him after that. Okay, so after she broke it off and said she talking to Alex, then she said he came to her house and then he ordered her. And then after that day, I guess it was some weeks later, she did it consensual with Diddy. Okay. Sean Combs' defense attorneys are expected to argue that Cassie and Sean had kind of a toxic relationship, and that she was also hitting on him and carrying on. Okay. So the prosecutors been asking Cassie about all that before the defense get to her. And I had explained that part already. Okay. Then prosecutors showed Cassie a photo of a long object, okay, lodged in a door handle at her Los Angeles home. She said she put it there as a message to Diddy in defiance of his frequent unannounced visits. Okay, so she said she put the thing there. Okay, because they was asking, what about this long object that was stuck inside of your door handle on the outside of her door? And she said she did that to try to scare Diddy off, meaning that she put it in the keyhole, basically. She put the long object, y'all see what I'm talking about. She put the long object inside of the keyhole so that when he comes to try to stick his key in there, it sends a message of, if you come in here, this what you gonna get, basically. Okay. Turning once again to that street candy use, Cassie testified that she first took another street candy when she got her wisdom tooth removed at 19. And then Sean had them for her, and he took them and she took them. Okay? She said Combs would procure that street candy, and y'all see all the names of the street candy that she said that Diddy had on hand, and he will also sometimes use his employees to fill prescriptions. She would take those street candy, that certain type of street candy, with or without him present. She said until at one time she was using them daily. Okay. She also said that Combs was putting hands on her homegirls. Okay. Said he was putting hands on her homegirls as well, at least two of them. She testified, saying that he held one of them over a 17th floor balcony at her apartment in Los Angeles. Describing another encounter, Cassie testified that Combs once hit her friend Carrie Morgan in the face with a wooden hanger. She told the jury that she and Morgan, who had been close for 17 years, were no longer friends after that incident. I don't blame Morgan. I wouldn't be able to be Cassie's friend either. Because, see, you done sat up there and let this man here hit me upside the head with a hanger. You ain't put him out. You ain't call the police. My face stinging and swole. And you talking about it'll be all right. No, it ain't finna be all right. I'm done with you. Point blank, period. I am done with you, sister. Yes, I'm with Morgan. No, I ain't gonna be able to be your friend no more because you ain't gonna do nothing but have me a mess. This man gonna be trying to put his hands on me and something ain't gonna end right. And tomorrow you gonna be right back with him having F-offs. No, I ain't gonna be able to do it. So, yeah, I'm with Morgan on that one. Yeah. Yeah. And evidently, Morgan felt some type of way, family, because Morgan, even though Cassie is not dealing with Diddy no more, Morgan still ain't her friend. You know, so that says a lot. Anyway, Cassie said there were too many incidents of hitting and, you know, all that stuff during her 11 years relationship with Combs to recall them. But she remembered that some of his staff were visibly upset by her treatment. When D-Rock saw me, he started to cry, Cassie said, referring to one of Combs' regular security guards. As she recalled, when he put hands on her, you know, she had her eye was messed up. She had a golf ball size knot on her head. Lip was all messed up and all that stuff like that. As the trial goes on, prosecutors may ask some of Combs' former employees to collaborate aspects of Cassie's testimony. Okay. Cassie testified about her and the Kid Cudi. We already talked about that. But Kid Cudi came over to her house or her parents' house Christmas holiday of 2011, and that's when they broke off their relationship. Okay. That's what that's talking about. Cassie revealed on the stand that she accepted $20 million settlement payment for Sean a day after filing her explosive 2023 lawsuit accusing him of abuse. So now we know, because everybody didn't know how much Diddy settled with Cassie. A lot of people was putting the number out 30,000. You know what I'm saying? Some was putting out, oh, he settled with her for 50,000, stuff like that. But actually, she told it on the stand because she was under oath. So she told the real amount that Diddy gave her for the settlement. Okay, so she admitted that she accepted a $20 million settlement payment from Sean Combs a day after filing her explosive 2023 lawsuit accusing him of what all he was doing. Okay, she also said that she was also in talks to write a book. I think that might be crushed right now, that because it might be in a $20 million lawsuit. Because when I read it, she said she was also in talks to write a book. In talks. She didn't say on that stand, and I'm also in the progress of writing a book. You see what I'm saying? So evidently when she got that money, it must have been in there, and don't write no damn books about me either. So then it says, I wanted to be compensated for the time and the pain and the many, many years of having to try to fix myself, Cassie told the court. She said her litigation against Combs is over and that she is testifying against him to do the right thing. Okay. She said she is carrying guilt. Cassie said, noting that she took part in hiring escorts for the same F-off parties where she said, you know, she was being done wrong. I was guided to treat people like they were disposable. Okay. After a shoot, I went home to her husband and to her children. As her kids were sleeping, Cassie told her husband, Alex, that he could raise their family without her. Cassie broke down crying, recalling the moment. I couldn't take the pain, and I just couldn't take anything anymore, she told the court. She wanted to walk out her front door and just forget it all, okay? But her husband wouldn't let her, okay? So basically, Cassie was saying that she was having nightmares, she was having dreams, she was waking up in sweats, and, you know, all the stuff just kept on. And she just couldn't take it no more. So she went to rehab too, as well. When she left Diddy and all that stuff, she went to rehab. And then when she told her husband this, that, oh, you might can raise the kids by yourself. And he made her go into like therapy and all that stuff like that. Okay. So once again, a lot of people wanted to, you know, they don't know the laws of the states that they are living in. A lot of people, it seems like, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people are just saying, oh, they keep talking about DV in this case and that. Actually, the prosecution side and the defense side really know this is not about a DV case. This is about a case that they are trying to prove that money was being constantly exchanged, okay, through this person, that person, this person, that person, that person, okay, and that it was organized. organized, and they was paying people for sexual favors, okay, which is illegal. And Cassie was a part of that as well. So they're using Cassie not only just to tell her DV story, but she is the one that can say, I had this escort. Remember how they were showing her pictures? Who is this? Oh, that's Jewel. Who is this? Remember yesterday we were talking about it's one escort called the Punisher. Well, who is this? This one name here is Phillips. It was another escort, remember, yesterday, named Phillips, who said that Cassie jumped in his lap when Diddy was cutting up. So they are showing different names, different escorts that has been given money, which is against the law. So that's what they got Cassie up there for. And it's going clean over a lot of people's head. And a lot of people are saying, oh, him being freaky dicky has nothing to do with as trafficking. Yes, it do. Because money was being exchanged. In New York State, paying for sexual conduct, also known as patronizing a P2, is illegal. Now, let me tell y'all something. A lot of people want to dress up the name escort. According to the law, they are still called P2, streetwalkers. Okay? I don't care if the escort got on a 5-piece suit, sharp, fine, pretty, high heels, Stacey Adams, whatever. If they come over there and accept money, they are considered by law streetwalkers. P2. It don't care that y'all putting a fancy name on it. Escort service. Madam Man or Madam Woman. It don't care about people putting no cute name on it, okay? They say it is what it is. You are a streetwalker. Point blank period. Okay? You see right there. Now, the only streetwalkers that's illegal is prostitution is illegal in every state except Nevada. And guess what, family? We have not ever heard of Diddy having these things in Nevada. See, this is what I'm talking about by people doing stuff and don't look at the state that they in. Diddy should have been saying, well, what state allowed me to be freaking deacon and pay 200-something people at parties, wild parties, and I won't get in trouble for these wild parties. Nevada. Now, didn't want to go to Nevada, wanted to go somewhere where it's hot. Miami, and that's illegal. Want to go somewhere where it's hot. New York, that's illegal. Want to go somewhere where it's hot. California, that's illegal. Didn't open up NAM book to see what allows his type of conduct. See, this is what I'm talking about right here. Now, the DV situation, that is kind of a state situation. I'm talking about on this streetwalker situation. Mm-hmm. So it can be considered racketeering. And RICO, because RICO, the head man, keeps his hands clean. He's always giving somebody the orders, giving somebody the money to give to somebody else. Like Cassie said, she would pay the people to come and do the wild parties. So that's why they made up RICO, is because the boss keep his hands clean and use everybody else. But they can still get you if those everybody else tell that you was the head ringleader of it, and they was getting the money from you, they was doing the things for you and all that stuff. If y'all could get what I'm saying. Okay? And so Darlene said, why didn't he go to Vegas? Did you look up Vegas and see if street walking is legal for real? I know sometimes they say it is, but like we always say right here, it in California, well, you see Miami saying, nope, you cannot be paying nobody for no type of thing like that. Okay. In Florida, no. Miami, no. You see California. I don't know about Las Vegas. Might have to look that up. I didn't punch in Las Vegas. I only punched in where Diddy houses, condos, and all that stuff reside, where they were having these things at. Okay. I was focusing on what he's sitting in court for. Okay. He ain't got no house in Las Vegas. Now, if Las Vegas pops up that type of activity illegal, this thing here says, now tell me, am I wrong? Because Las Vegas is a part of the United States, right? It says right here, street walking is illegal in every state except Nevada. So it would have said except Nevada and Los Angeles. Okay? It would have said that if, or Las Vegas. You see what I'm saying? And so it's not illegal. And I guess Diddy just didn't want to go there, it looks like. He didn't want to go there, and he didn't want to go to no Nevada. So that's just Diddy. That's Diddy choice. He didn't want to go to nan one of them. So he just didn't. He didn't want to go to nan one of them. And it's sad. It's really sad. So and then we'll talk more about it, because I don't know if it'll be Saturday or Sunday. Y'all just keep your eyes out. Most likely it'll probably be Sunday when I do a live. I can't say what time though. I really can't. I got a lot going on with my grandkids and things like that. They got all these tournaments going on. So but I know Sunday, I know it's not no tournaments or nothing like that on Sundays. And I will be on camera and everything. And Sunday would be our review time. So Darlene, if you want to write that down about that Vegas, I definitely we'll definitely talk about that. You write that down and bring that up again. Or you can call in, because I'm finna open up the lines as well. And somebody in the chat, because I got my hands full over here. Can somebody in the chat look up, is Las Vegas, is it illegal to pay for escorts, streetwalkers in Las Vegas? Yeah. And see what it say. And then let us know in the chat, please. If somebody got the time to do that. Check out, if somebody got the time to punch that in, please do that for us. Please. And it's just sad. It's just sad to me that a lot of people is not understanding the law. Because I really didn't look into that. I have no reason to look at, is it illegal to get an escort? I ain't never thought of nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't really know my damn self until I looked this up, to share it with y'all. And I'm like, wow. Because I was wondering, how can they get Diddy on this here, traffic and RICO. And then when I saw that, and then I hear Cassie and other escorts, they all coming out that they got paid and they this and they that. And you say, uh-oh. Now his defense team can come back hard, which they are. And they're gonna come hard tomorrow. Because see, tomorrow is the defense time. Okay. That's Diddy lawyer. All this we talking about was the prosecutors questioning Cassie. Cassie got to go up there tomorrow, family. and face the defense side. Okay. Let me see what y'all saying. It's illegal to engage P. Los Angeles. Okay, Kendall R. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. We all needed to know that, you know, and it's understandable for everybody to be asking because shoot, Las Vegas, Darlene Chestnut is right. Las Vegas, honey, they do some of everything over there. They do some of everything over there. And then they be saying, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. And now that's probably why they say that, because they know that mess is illegal. But anyway, so, you know, people didn't know really how it works. So thank you for letting us know that, Kendall R. in the chat. She says it's illegal to engage in that P in Los Angeles. Okay. And understand that the P is considered escorts. Okay. Everybody, escort is just a cute word. Okay. Escort is just a cute word for the rich and the famous and everybody else. Okay. Those type, they're just out here on the streets. We do call them street walkers. Okay. But they put a cute word on it. But the cute word still means the same. I just showed it to y'all what the law say. I'm not the one saying it. It's the law. It's the United States law. They are the ones that said escort is just a cute word for street walkers. Point blank, period. Okay. So I do want to say thank you to everybody who donate. I'm not finna go because I'm gonna open up the lines for a little while. I'm gonna just open up the lines for a little while for people to just come in and they maybe want to say a little something about this. Okay. But I just want to give a shout out to the people who donated to the channel in our last video and the video before last. Jim C. He donated in the last video and video before last too. Thank you so much for your generosity to donating to the channel. Kenneth Dawkins, he did it 2 times. Thank you so much for your generosity. Your generosity is greatly appreciated. Spicy, thank you so much for your generosity. Your generosity is greatly appreciated. Darlene Chestnut, thank you so much for your generosity. It's greatly, greatly appreciated. And Cooking with Frank, he was in here last night with us and he joined us. Thank you so much for your donation as well. I just want to tell everybody thank you so much for y'all donation. I am going to open up the lines right now. If y'all want to call in for a brief second, you can. Well, also let me say this because I did want to say this. I left off on something. I forgot what it was. I wanted to say. Oh man, it was something that I wanted to say. Oh yeah, about the defense. The defense. Thank you, Kendall Lord. She know that number. Thank you so much for putting it in the chat. Thank you so much. But I did want to say this is that defense is going to work on Cassie. Okay, they're gonna work on her, and just like Cassie was, you know, she was getting upset and she was crying a little bit or something like that. Understand that defense team is not going to take it easy on Cassie at all. They not. So I hope that she gets herself together, be strong. You know what I'm saying? She gonna need all the strength that she could possibly bear because the defense team is not going to basically feel sorry for it at all. Remind you, they are working for Diddy. Okay? They don't have no type of sympathy. They really don't. They ain't got no type of sympathy for Cassie at all. I can tell you that right now. They don't. They don't. So I hope that she be ready for it. She gonna need it. She really gonna need it. She really gonna need it. Because his defense team, especially Brian Steele ain't playing with you. Okay, point blank period. Brian Steele is not gonna play with Cassie. He gonna come up with stuff like, well, you stayed there, didn't you? You got money from him, didn't you? You stayed with him for 11 years, didn't you? And you this, and you that. How come you never went to the police? How come you this? How come you that? Oh, so you gave him the money. And she gonna be saying, yeah, but he gave me the money. I mean, they are not going to cut any corners. So I hope she's strong enough, to get some pushback, because that's exactly what she's going to get tomorrow when the defense team steps up there. I told y'all that Cassie testimony was going to take about 2-3 days, and it is, because the prosecution took 2 days with theirs. Most likely the defense going to take 2 days. And we don't know if they're going to call any more people in there. Hey, Shell, Just Me Nene, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? Thank you for joining us today. Just Me Nene, particularly in Clark County, but with Just Me Nene, we just showed Nevada. Yeah, we just showed Nevada. It is legal over there, and I ain't gonna even say nothing about that. But anyway, if anybody want to call in, y'all can. Kendall R did put the number in there. If you just want to call for a brief second and talk about day 3 of what we talk about, 678-439-4517. Yes. And I'll stay on for a few more minutes, but let me read some more of the comments as well. Model stats on air. An escort is simply a company. You right. Yes, that's exactly what we was talking about last night too. We broke it down. They say that you can pay for an escort, but that escort is for just companionship only, like somebody that you just want to talk to, or somebody that you just take out with you at a big party and you didn't want to go by yourself, so you hired somebody to go with you because you didn't want to walk up in there by yourself. You wanted someone on your arms and things like that. You know what I'm saying? So okay. I got you, Darlene. I hope you feel better soon too, Darlene Chestnut. Okay. If anybody else would like to call in, but check this out though. But they did say that's the only way. You take somebody out on your arms to a big party or a date or just companion. But if any hank pank go down, that's illegal. You only pay for an escort just for like a dinner, or they just sitting down and talking because maybe you lonely and you just want somebody to talk to or something like that. But no hank pank, because that's illegal. And a lot of people don't know that. That's probably why so many people saying, oh, it ain't nothing wrong with it. A lot of people have not really sat down and read that law. They haven't. It's so many people, and maybe they have, and they just don't want to say it, so therefore they just keep acting like the law don't exist and saying it their own way. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, come on now, you know? I mean, because I have to admit, I only looked it up because of Diddy case. And I'm like, oh, wow. You know, you hear people all the time saying, oh, you can pay for an escort, or you can do this, you can do that. People have gotten so used to saying that and not even realize that's illegal, except for the state of Nevada. Wow. You know? So it's crazy. It's crazy. So family, I really enjoyed this, and I'll be back tomorrow the same time and break it down, because I like to break it down. You know what I'm saying? I don't like to just talk about one part of the trial and then that's it. No, I want everybody to know every kind of all the details. They're supposed to go on for like 7 more weeks. And so that way, hey, Cafe.
Hey, how are you doing? It's Nene.
How you doing? Just me, Nene.
I'm doing loving the information that you're bringing on to your live today. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yes, we've been doing it. I did it last night. So I'm trying to do it every night, to get everybody, staying on with the case. So when the verdict come, everybody kind of understand it,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, this is just madness,
Right.
I mean, I understand exactly, the roadmap that they're trying to paint. She's the one who opened up the floodgates to everything that's going on. And so in my mind is that all the individuals that she's going to be talking about and giving names and details, those people are going to have to come testify.
Right.
Which is going to open the floodgates to another piece of the roadmap that's going to talk about other individuals who saw things happening, who saw trafficking, who saw, all those things in a nutshell. So this is a good win for her. It's not like I don't have a problem with Diddy. He's just a monster to me. So, I'm just grateful that, this type of information can get out to our youth.
Right.
Because we didn't have this as we were growing up. So maybe this will help somebody else.
And you're so right. You're so right about that, about our youth as well. You know what I'm saying? And they kind of know, because I was looking at how Cassie was hiding it from her mom, and a lot of it was to try to keep mom safe. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But at the same time, we do teach our kids to open up to us. You see what I'm saying? Like,
let's talk about it with no judgment.
Right. No judgment, no nothing. If anything is going on, let us know and we'll have to deal with it that way. Even if I would have had to go with my daughter to the Alphabet Boy station and demand that they put us somewhere,
Exactly.
But it's a way to escape these things. And I meant to put up a DV hotline for people, you know what I'm saying? Because
that would be awesome.
Yeah, I do that tomorrow night for sure. But just to to let people know you don't have to stay in that type of situation. Yeah, but this is unreal. I'm just glad because I was telling the Knowledge family the beginning of this week, I was like, man, the reason why I really want to cover it is because this is actually like a movie. It's actually like the real documentary because you're hearing it firsthand. You know what I'm saying? 404. Could you call right back in about 2 minutes? 404. Call back in about 2 minutes and I'm going to grab your call. Okay. Just give me 2 minutes. Okay. But anyway, just me, Nene. This is really like a full movie being played out without it being on the big screen.
Absolutely.
You see?
I agree with you 100%.
So we are getting to hear exactly what went on, how it went on. You see what I'm saying? And that's the good thing about it. That's the good thing about it. We don't have to go off of a movie and they say, oh, that that ain't what he really did. What he really did was this, but the movie was close to what happened. In this case, we get to hear on each side what they said happened. You know?
Yes. And it's a miracle that this young lady is alive.
Mm-hmm.
You know, to hearing all the details of what was going on and how he made her perform all those bad things, you know, even during her time of sickness. And I mean, she could have contracted something that she couldn't, you know, get rid of. All that stuff.
Right. Well, you know, I kind of took out that part that she did say. Glad you brought that up. She did say today, family, and I'm trying to put it, they had it written down, and I said I was going to remember to say this, and I forgot. And I would have had to add it in tomorrow. But since you said it, she did say that she was taking those different medications that those employees will refill in prescriptions, right? But she did say that her mouth had began to have sores in it, and that she told Diddy, and then he said, well, just go to the doctor. And she was saying that her mouth was so full of sores, you know, and the downstairs part was hurting a lot. And he would just say, go to the doctor. But I guess he was having her do it so frequently until it was taking so long for the mouth to heal and things like that, you know. So she was going through a lot. Thank you, Kendall R, for putting that DV hotline down there. Thank you. So if anybody is going through that, please call 1-800-799-7233. Thank you so much. That's the DV hotline. And if anybody is going through that, or if you know somebody who is going through that, you know, that's the DV hotline that I just called out. So, yeah. So, but, yeah, it's something else.
Okay, Miss Cafe. Well, as always, it was a wonderful experience to speak with you.
You too.
Thank you for bringing us the news and educating our folks.
And I'll be here tomorrow night, too. So, y'all make sure y'all join in tomorrow night as well.
Yes, ma'am. Have a good day.
You too. You too. Bye-bye. Sending love to you. Okay. Sending love to the Knowledge family. Sending love to the Knowledge family. Thank you, Just Me, Nene, for calling in. Great questions. Great point that she was spitting out. Thank you so much. 404 was trying to call in. 404. Our line do not call people back. You have to call us. If you don't call us back, then maybe you'll call back another time. But we would love to hear from you if you would like to call back. 404. 404. If you would like to call back, please do. Please do. And thank you once again, Just Me, Nene. Thank you to the chat. Thank y'all for hanging in there as well. Y'all hit share too, along with like. Let's try to push this out. I guess because when you're talking about Diddy, they seem to put some ankle weights on your stuff because, you know, the way things is going on, you know. So y'all just help a sister out. Keep hitting the like button. Keep sharing. Keep coming in and tuning in to the chat. Love you guys. Love you, love you, love you. Thank you so much, Kendall R, holding down that chat with your great hospitality. We all are sending love to Kendall R. Can y'all put some hearts in the chat and claps in the chat, flowers in the chat for Kendall R and the moderators. They do an awesome job. I want to give hearts out to y'all as well. The Knowledge family, I can't tell you how much that I have so much love for the Knowledge family. Just thank y'all so much for, you know, I feel like we all a family. We are. So just thank y'all. Thank y'all so much. Really do. And I'm sending love to each and every one of you. Have a great evening. Y'all get some sleep. I will be back tomorrow, but tomorrow I think it's going to be something. Sending love to you, Darlene. But I'm sending love to everybody, but tomorrow is going to be something else, family. It really is, because Tomorrow is the defense. And I think they're going to hand it to Cassie very, very bad. I hope she just handle it. And we'll talk about it tomorrow. Gain knowledge to prevent blockage. And we all know what that means. The more you know, the harder it is for anybody to block you from your goals and success. Bye-bye. And y'all already know it's hard for me to I be saying, hello. Hello, family. Let me do this. Boy, it don't want me to leave, y'all. What's really going on? It do not want me to leave. It do not want me to leave. Hold on. Bye-bye.